In this video, we will set up a ProTrak for 24-inch operation. For this installation, you will need the following tools and materials. Looking at the unit from the rear, place the ProTrak on your work surface with the left side facing up. Take one of the channel extensions and align it with the holes on the silver side plate of the ProTrak unit. The threaded holes on the channel extension should be on the outside of the unit, away from the ProTrak body. Thread two of the socket head screws to connect the channel extension to the side plate and use the 5/16 Allen wrench to tighten. Take two of the 1 1/4 inch spacers and thread into the front hole on the outside edge of the channel extension. Repeat the process with two more 1 1/4 inch spacers in the rear hole of the channel extension. While holding on to the unit, insert the left stub, which is the stub that has the two sets of pins that are closest together, into the spindle on the left side of the ProTrak body. Insert it with the lowest set of pins towards the spindle. Ensure that the stub is not spinning freely inside the drive axle. The stub should be engaged. Insert one of the 7.96-inch couplers into the stub and rotate to lock in place. Take one of the track assemblies and insert the stub on the inside of the rear of the track assembly into the coupler. Rotate the track assembly to lock the stub into the coupler and then rotate it to line up the bolt holes of the spacers that you just installed. If the wrong stub was used, the track assembly will not align with the channel extension. Thread two of the socket head screws to secure the assembly to the channel extensions. Use the 5/16 Allen wrench to tighten the two screws connecting the track assembly to the channel extensions. Carefully rotate the ProTrak unit so that the right side is facing up, and repeat the process with the channel extension, screws with lock washers, as well as hand tightening four 1 1/4 inch spacers. While holding on to the unit, insert the right stub, which is the stub that has the two sets of pins that are furthest apart, into the spindle on the right side of the ProTrak body. Insert it with the lowest set of pins toward the spindle. Ensure that the stub is not spinning freely inside the drive axle. The stub should be engaged. Insert the remaining 7.96-inch coupler into the stub and rotate to lock in place. Take the remaining track assembly and insert the stub on the inside of the rear of the track assembly into the coupler. Rotate the track assembly to lock the stub into the coupler and then rotate it to line up the bolt holes of the spacers that you just installed. Once again, if the wrong stub was used, the track assembly will not align with the channel extensions on this side. Thread two of the socket head screws to secure the assembly to the channel extensions. Use the 5/16 Allen wrench to tighten the screws connecting the track assembly to the channel extensions. Rotate the unit so the top of the unit is facing up and the front of the unit is toward you on your work surface. It is helpful to have the front of the ProTrak slightly over the edge of your work surface so that the two mounting holes on the base plate are accessible. It is now time to install the brass camera riser plate. The top of the plate has the indention running the length of the plate, and the rear of the plate has the two silver spacers on the end of the top of the plate. It is at this point you should install the camera to the riser plate. The camera cannot be mounted after the riser plate is installed. You will need to rotate the plate with the camera installed so that the bottom of the plate is facing up. Take one of the 3-inch risers and insert it into the threaded hole toward the rear of the camera riser plate and tighten to hand tight. Repeat the process with the front threaded hole. Align the riser plate so the top is facing up and place on the ProTrak unit's base plate so the top two spacers at the rear of the riser plate are toward the rear of the ProTrak. The holes on the bottom of the spacers will line up with the mounting holes on the ProTrak base plate. Thread the two 1/2 inch 13 by 1 inch button head bolts through the bottom mounting holes and into the spacers. Use a 5/16 Allen wrench to tighten. Your unit is now ready for 24-inch pipe inspections. For more information and instructions on how to adjust the track assemblies, please go to the Subsite YouTube page for more information. You can contact product support for additional troubleshooting assistance after completing these initial tasks.